Russian propaganda is increasingly struggling to conceal battlefield setbacks. The offensive by Russian forces in Ukraine's Sumy region has stalled, and the scale of the losses is now so significant that even pro-Russian Z channels are acknowledging the failures publicly. One such channel, Northern Channel, known to have ties to the Russian armed forces, recently published a detailed account of the defeat suffered by Russian units in this area of the front. A key turning point appears to have been the elimination of the command of the Russian 155th Marine Brigade by Ukrainian defense forces. This blow deeply demoralized Russian troops operating in the sector. The 30th Motorized Rifle Regiment remains in a precarious position in Kondratovka. The 177th Regiment and the 40th Brigade have been nearly annihilated. Recently, a portion of the 177th even refused to go on a combat mission. The 155th Brigade is still unable to capture the small village they've been fighting over. One company has already been lost, the pro-Russian channel reported. Even the 810th Marine Brigade, described as one of the most combat-capable units, is suffering due to being thrown into frontal assaults with little chance of success. The situation is further deteriorating under the leadership of the newly appointed commander of the 155th Brigade, Sukhrob Akhmedov, nicknamed the Butcher. He is notorious for ordering reckless, high-casualty attacks with little regard for losses. What was meant to be a bold show of Russian force has instead become a humiliating failure. Despite relentless pressure, Ukrainian forces continue to hold their positions and inflict heavy damage on the advancing enemy. Sumy, like many Ukrainian cities, bears the scars of war. It was a major battleground during the initial stages of Russia's full-scale invasion and, over the past year, has become a regular target of drone, missile, and glide bomb attacks. According to Ukraine's top commander, General Alexander Syrsky, around 50,000 Russian troops are now positioned across the border, but Ukraine has so far succeeded in preventing a breakthrough. The Sumy region shares a border with Russia's Kursk Oblast. Last summer, Ukrainian forces launched a surprise incursion into Kursk to divert Russian attention and forces away from more vulnerable points along the eastern front. Although Russian troops eventually regained most of that territory, their efforts triggered intensified attacks on Sumy and its regional capital, Sumy City.